Good day, Internet! I got a special surprise for all of you. Look what just came in the mail. TMNT Adventures. It's a collection of all the Archie series comics. So that's volume 2. So I probably should have showed you guys all volume 1. And this is volume 1. Fresh out the box! Just got it today. So we'll go ahead and... We're not going to go, page by page kind of thing. But basically it's taking the TMNT Adventure series, comic series from the late 80s, early 90s. Issue 1 through 60. I think they made 60 issues. Later issues get kind of dark. So initially, like the first few issues kind of follow the cartoon series from the 80s. But then it goes off, creates its own characters, its own storylines. Introduces new villains and such. So it starts off as like Shredder. There's other characters. One character that's in here that hopefully, or maybe it's in the other book, is Null. He's a lot like Donald Trump in the fact that he's rich, and he's just he tries to sell the planet Earth, literally, he tries to sell it, the planet. So yes, it's not, it doesn't have a dust jacket or anything. So this is volume 1. It's got issues, what is it? 1 through 17 and like any kind of special issues and such. Yeah, all from the Archie comic series. I had the original Archie comics growing up. I'm not sure what happened to them. Probably grew up and been like, I don't read these anymore. But yeah, let's go ahead and give you guys all a nice view again, and not page by page, but maybe if I see anything interesting. So some of these characters, if you don't know, so that's Cuddly. He could like transport people through the solar system. He just eats them, not like eats them. He like swallows them and then he spits them out. So just a floating cow head. And all the turtles, Wingnut, Screw Loose. Who else they got in here? I don't remember his name. Manta Ray, Leatherhead. Am I missing anybody in here? I mean, obviously they have more characters, but that's the artwork that they decided to show in here. Just gonna skim through something, maybe if there's some good things. So here's what I was talking about as far as special issues. It's not just a serialized, like the regular series. They had special issues, and then each page, it shows what the cover looked like of the comic, and then the actual comic. Pretty good. I think these were all like scanned in from archived copies. Ooh, Monster X. And most of the issues are kind of done by the same artist, but there's times where it's not. Here's issue number 6. You can tell this stuff's old. Look, comics used to be $1. Right here. July. I don't know what my first issue I actually picked up. I want to say it was like, I was kind of late to the game, maybe 15 or 16. I didn't get the originals when they first came out originally. But that's Leatherhead. That's a really nice paper. Pretty nice scans. You can tell it's like a scan, but still, I like it. Here's what they introduce. Here's here's that huge head, right? Cuddly. And then he's swallowing the turtles. And they were like, I guess the Ninja Turtles went to some intergalactic wrestling event that was held on some asteroid, and they had to like fight other aliens through from the galaxy for, I think it was their freedom or something. So there's issues on that. They got some. Here's Shredder and that weird lizard guy. I don't know. It's not Mondo Gecko, but there's Shredder. So he's in some of the earlier issues. Like I said, this is like 1 through 15 or something. Love it. Bringing back memories. $2.50. Summer 1993. This was another special issue. So they tried to put them all in chronological order, but I think some of the special issues kind of fell out. But as far as the regular series, 1 through 15, it, like I said, you could, on the special issues that weren't the part of the ongoing storyline, sometimes you could tell when the artist changed. Like there's a few different artists that had their different takes on the turtles, and they kind of were experimenting and whatnot. Ooh, this is gonna have Null in it, I think. So I'm not gonna spoil a lot of stuff. Forgot her name. It doesn't say. Sorry, like I said, this is fresh out the box, so I remember a fair deal. I know Null. Basically, Null, that evil rich dude, tries to sell the Earth to her and her like aliens, her hive of aliens. Queen Magolia, or I'd have to look it up, but yeah, she's basically some kind of insect, alien insect thing, that they go to each planet and take their resources and all that. So yeah, a lot of different characters. I think at one point Shredder got banished. Shredder kind of takes a back, goes back after maybe 10 issues, and then they introduce other villains, and he comes back for a few issues and then kind of pretty much goes away. Here they introduced a new character, Jaguar, I believe. They did that a lot. So they there's like Jaguar, Manta Ray, Leatherhead, some other mutants, Wingnut, Screwloose, basically became part of a new group called the Mighty Mutanimals. They had their own mini-series, which is probably in this other book. And not want to go into spoilers, but let's just say things get dark involving them. And for a comic series made by Archie, like Archie, Jughead, Veronica, whatever the other one's name was. Yeah, that Archie comic series was the same one that made the TMNT. But these issues, they start off ha ha ha, and then they get kind of dark. So, like I said, there definitely stuff happens. I think this was, what was his name? He's like a werewolf, Dreadman or something. Actually, he's on the cover of this next book. So, like, I'm not gonna go through everything. I definitely recommend picking these up. I got them both off Amazon, half price. So they ended up being like $40, but they're pretty thick books. Like these are major, like thick like a can. How many pages does this one have? I don't think it's got a page count, but definitely over 650. I'm gonna open this other one. Again, really excited to go through all these, but I thought I'd share with you all. I'm kind of new to the unboxing, so sometimes I cover my face up here. I always like that fresh book smell. So the other one, 1 through 15, and this was, I think 17. This is 18 through 26. So here's like the Mighty Mutanimals. I think it's all of them. Basically, anyone that's not a turtle is a Mighty Mutanimal. So if it's not a Ninja Turtle, it's part of the Mighty Mutanimal. They form a group later. It's probably in here. I think it's got the same little art in the front. I don't remember all the artists. I know Eastman and Laird. I always forget the other dude's name. Eastman and Lard. I always mispronounce his name. But anyway, the original creators did draw some of these comics, but they had other artists. Let's see if they're going to show Null, because he's a freaking weirdo. Oh, here we go. The Mighty Mutanimals. So like I said, they had their own little mini-series within, and it was like a crossover. They put some thought into some of these storylines, because they go for like 20 issues, some of them. Or 15, I would say. They have like a few major storylines that kind of pick up, drop off a little, and then they pick up on other issues. So they don't do like a continuous storyline. It's kind of like, here's a little storyline here. We're going to do another story, come back to it in an issue or two. But they also had like a few times where they would do like 3-parters, 4-parters. Oh, here's that dude. Here's no. It's not the great. Let me get a better picture. I thought they had a better picture of him. Yeah. I mean, that's not the. That again, take note that there's always different artists doing them. But right here, that's Null. He just. And eventually he, like, every time he does something horrible, he gets more evil. Like, it, like, physically mutates him. So I don't know. They never explain that story. Like, is he a mutant too or what? But I eventually grows wings and kind of gets super strength and stuff. And remember that crazy insect queen I was talking about earlier? So that's like Skull and Bean or something. That's like her bodyguards. This dude, like, shoots stuff out of his head butthole or whatever's going on there. And it kind of like a nerve agent or something. It always knocks people out whenever he's shooting out of there. So I'm not gonna go too crazy through this one either. I kind of like this art style. This is when they're battling like a giant foot soldier in like the side of a skyscraper or whatever. Again, really thick. Nice book. Good, you know, considering these comics are, what, 30, 35 years old, that they have some good... Someone took care of some copies so they could scan them. So yeah, I'll pretty much wrap it up probably about here. Again, this is like one of those odd-off special issues that has nothing to do with anything. It's just, hey, let's just do wacky stories. They don't have anything to do with, like, the storyline or Shredder. They... just draw weird stuff. Some of this stuff looks like something you'd see off like Ed, and Eddie or something. Oh yeah, the Slash stuff. Oh, this was amazing too. See, they got it? Oh, this was really weird. This will be the last thing I guess I show you guys. Krang apparently takes over Shredder's body. And yeah, that goes into a whole storyline, and I guess Shredder goes good for a while after that, because, like, Krang was even more evil than Shredder, and Shredder was like, wow, I can't believe I guess he almost killed somebody, da-da-da-da-da. But definitely, if you're like a Ninja Turtle fan, or if you remember the comic series, even if you don't, if you're just a big Ninja Turtle fan and like comics, they're coming out with the next volume, I believe, in November, but this is volume 1, volume 2, and they have about, 10, 15 issues plus side stories and all that in each book. And I believe the comic series ran for like 55 issues and some change, so they'll probably end up being maybe like 5 volumes altogether, maybe 4, I don't know. I think they could squeeze it into 4, but I think they really want to include all those special issues and things that weren't part of the series. So, I don't know. I'm excited to kind of read through these, relive my childhood. They do have a lot of good stories once you get past, like, issue 4 or 5. Then they do their original stuff. Otherwise, it's, like, all cartoon-based from the 80s. So, definitely recommend as a pickup. TMNT Adventures, the Archie comic series. You could probably get them at any bookstore, like physically, but your best bet is probably to go off Amazon or whatever. And these two are still on sale. Well, this one's still on sale. I'm not sure if this one is, but you get them. Normally they're like $90, but you can get them half off for about $40. So yeah, I definitely recommend. Thank you all for joining me. Have a super dupery day.